12:10 a.m., the bodies of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman are found outside of her townhouse. And they find one glove at the townhouse as well. At 5 a.m., Mark Furman and Philip Vanader, the two detectives assigned to the case, they actually arrive at O.J. Simpson's house. But O.J.'s gone, so they can't get into the house. And I guess they see some bloodstains around the Ford Bronco. And Furman decides to jump over the wall to get into the estate. And I guess he goes to the guest house where Arnell is staying.
I think he went and actually opened the gate for the other ones to come in, so they're all there. I don't think he was just by himself. I can say this only because they came to my door. I didn't know they had gone to Arnell's. I remember 4 being at my door.
Okay,
4 detectives.
Okay, so they go to Arnell and to you.
Mm-hmm.
And what do they tell you at this point?
So I have a knock on my door. I'm hazy. I don't know if I'm dreaming a knock or what's going on. And the entire night was a bizarre night. And I think this is, to me, it was that June gloom. It was just a hazy night. And just through the night of the earthquake and calling up my buddy Tom and Rachel, everything was confusing to me. So the knock at the door, I didn't associate a time. And I just opened the door and saw 4 guys in it. It was still dark.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, hi. I just opened the door. And then at one point they said, we're LAPD.
Mm-hmm.
And I invited them in. And then they had said to me, there were 4 of them. And they said, who are you? And can we ask you what you wore last night? I said, okay. And the whole time I'm going, did OJ's plane crash? Did someone, that was my first thought because I knew he went to Chicago. Yeah. Like, what's going on? And then they just looked over. They didn't really answer me. And then they looked in my eyes and did everything.
Right. You don't know what's happening.
No idea.
Point. Okay. What about the daughter, Arnell? Are you talking to her at all or no?
No. We were never put together.
Okay. Well, by 7 a.m., they actually declared it a crime scene, and they went to go get a search warrant for the house. So do you go into the main house at this point?
The detectives escorted us into the main house and Arnell, and we're in the main living room. And they're just telling us separately about our night. I'm telling them basically what I'm telling you. And then I hear Tom Lang on the phone telling the Browns family that your daughter's been killed. And that's when I first realized that that's what it was all about. And that they hate telling people over the phone, but they knew the media was already going to get it. Mm-hmm. So they better tell them before the media finds out and breaks it to the parents. So they had to make sure that the detectives said it before they found it out from a source that was the news. And then I was escorted out for questioning. And when I was escorted out, I remember this because of the impact it made. While I'm walking, they were talking to me and said, "Oh, be careful of the blood." And I looked, and sure enough, it was a wood peg floor, those little dark pegs, but I could see the blood around the pegs and a blood like a little trail. I said, "Oh my God."
Okay, and how do you react to this? I mean, because you were friends with Nicole before OJ, and you were playing with her kids, and your daughter and her daughter, right. and because you lived with Nicole for how long?
6.5 months, 7 months.
Okay, a good amount of time to get to know somebody, and now you just found out that she's dead.
Yeah, and I was the guy privy to I lived with both sides.
Yeah,
and I think that's why they made me this, I guess, important witness. But I lived on both sides of what I saw. It was knowing Nicole. I didn't know how Nicole died. I thought they were coming over. I didn't know the crime scene, the blood. I thought OJ was in Chicago, and I was thinking, oh my God, this is horrible. This is just horrible news. And that's how I left. There was no answer to that. Next thing, I was at the police station, of having that news. No phone, nothing. Just sitting in a room with police officers.
Okay, and you at that point you were wishing that OJ wasn't guilty.
Oh yeah, I didn't want OJ guilty. I didn't. I thought he was gone. So I thought they're waiting to find out that they're going to say that he has to know that his estranged wife has been killed.
Right. And your mom, when the news broke, thought that you were dead because she thought that you were Ron Goldman, the other guy.
because that was never was released. Ron Goldman for I don't know. It was quite a long time. I didn't know anything that I had this until I found my phone machine when I was released, and it was call after call of my mom. She ran the entire tape of her crying and crying, and with me not answering her, I think she was feeling that I was the one that was killed. So, but hearing her voice was so powerful. I was bawling because my mom was going through this of not knowing.